My name is Duncan Martin. I'm the founder and director of Promotion Hire. We've got our head office in London in Waterloo, but we have a regional office in Brighton on the south coast. And we're a hire of broadcast equipment. This year we've entered into a sort of a new foray that we've classed as Cine Motion covers all things from DSLR cameras to prime lenses to rigs and monitors. And for us, was a result of a lot of demand in that area. People looking to shoot music videos, make short films, and just wanted something a bit different and didn't want to be forced to use Z1s and depth of field adapters and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's why we're here. We're showing off our latest equipment and invited our customers along.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit more specifically about tonight's event. What are people going to be seeing?
So tonight we've got the Canon 5D Mark II. We've got that set up on a Red Rock cinema kit, and we've got that with a Marshall monitors as well, so that gives you focus assist if you want, and it's HDMI, so straight out of the camera into the monitor. We've got a Canon 7D as well, which has got a zoom lens on it, and we've got that on the Zacutu Marksman kit rig. And we've also got Canon. We haven't got Canon. I'll start that bit again. We've also got a Sony EX1R, which is the latest XC-Cam EX camera from Sony. We've got a latest adapter on that and prime lenses. So all really geared at the sort of cinema-style way of shooting.
Obviously, the reason that you guys are doing this, you've seen that a lot more filmmakers and DPs are choosing to try and get that iconic depth of field into their shots. I mean, the absolute bombardment of videos that we've seen like that recently on the web has been astounding. Just maybe talk us a little bit through how that's come along for you guys, noticing that, how long that's been until now where you are now.
I mean, it's not new as such, the way that the effect people are trying to achieve. Obviously,
let's put it differently. The fact that it's now affordable.
Sure.
Let's take from there.
Quite. I mean, it's damn sight cheaper than having a film camera, prime lenses, that's just not a practical way of working anymore. We saw a huge uptake of tapeless technology 2 to 3 years ago. And what people have done is they've used that technology, that fast way of working and that relatively low cost but full HD way of working, and they've adapted it with all the prime lenses, depth of field adapters if you need it, and they're getting results that are on a par with some film style cameras, but as you say, a much more affordable and quicker way of doing it.
Well, let's chat a little bit more specifically about the newest addition to that whole thing is the DSLR range.
Sure.
How have you seen that come into the market, and what do you sort of predict for the future of that?
Well, Canon obviously right in the crest of a wave at the moment, and I probably think they can't quite believe their luck, how popular it's become. There's already murmurings and sort of prototypes from Panasonic. Sony announced yesterday that they're going to be launching a similar camera with interchangeable lenses, so they've really now taken a look at what Canon are doing and seen the demand and see the results and what people can achieve, and they've had to take notice of it. So yeah, it's Canon of the moment. The thing with a sort of pro-consumer product, or albeit at the very high end, of which the Canon 5D and 7D are, they get superseded very quickly. So having said that, the good thing about this whole market is everything else that goes with it is timeless in a way. The rigs, the lenses, the camera is actually relatively the low cost part of it. So for us as a hire company, people might sit back and question whether there's value in hiring the equipment, but obviously we have to make a return and make our money back quicker before that product is superseded, as there's the life in it just isn't possibly there.
That's very true. Duncan, tell us a little bit more. Obviously, Promotion's got the London office. Tell us a little bit more about the history and what's been going on down here in Brighton.
Sure. Brighton we see as our headquarters of our South Coast operation. It happens to be centralised in Brighton. There's a big media hub down here, a lot of independent filmmakers, and the way it came about was some customers of ours actually had to hire equipment from us in London because there wasn't really anyone offering a sustainable way of hiring equipment and working down here. So 2 years ago we set up a little small operation down here, pretty much with Z1s, bit of lighting, bit of audio, but that's increased over the years to have a bigger product offering, and now especially in a way the demand for DSLR and our Cinemotion department has stemmed from Brighton, and we're looking to expand it down here throughout the course of 2010.
Fantastic, good stuff. Tell us a little bit more about the history of ProMotion in general, where you guys have come from and who started and where you guys are looking to go to.
Our backgrounds, the directors and founders of ProMotion Hire, has always been working for hire companies. I worked with the other founder at another hire company for a number of years, and for us it was a natural progression to leaving and starting our own company. And as always, it's something you feel you can do better yourself, and we went out there and tried to prove that we could. And very early on, we bought some Z1 cameras. We always developed and kept ahead of the market trends as much as we could. So we've always had the latest lenses, cameras, and we've basically built our name and our business on having the best and the latest equipment presented in a functional way. I mean, there's no point in us sending out equipment that doesn't make sense, doesn't go together, isn't practical to use. So we always try and think of it from the actual operator's perspective, whether we need to put clamps in, monitor arms, different lighting, things like that. We just try and set ourselves apart from the other hire companies that are out there.
Fantastic. And have you found that there's been a great response also here in Brighton for the company?
I think with Brighton's like a microclimate, I think, for all things business-like. And I think what has happened in the past, and probably what will continue to happen with Brighton, is that a new thing will come along, and it's just that question: is it sustainable? Is it going to be there in 6 months' time? Can I, if I'm a producer, am I realistically going to bank on being able to get equipment from one location in Brighton for the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years? They didn't before; they never could. So ProMotion comes along. Can we offer that? Can we offer it in 6 months, a year's time? What we've proven over 2 years is that we're still here. We hope we're offering more than people expect. But as always, we're looking to develop it and push it along.
Fantastic. Predictions. Right. As someone that has run and owned a hire company, you've seen the equipment come and go. Yeah. There's been so many different technologies in the last how many years you've been working. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your predictions. What you think about the DSLR range? Is it something that's here to stay? What is the life expectancy of it?
There's no question DSLR and the filmmakers that are using it is very of the moment. ProMotion Hire, from our perspective, we are a broadcast dry hire company that have not as such crossed over into that market, but where our customers were having before DSLR come along, use the broadcast products and adapt them to the way they wanted to work. They've now had the likes of Canon, who have offered them a effectively affordable product with full HD, but with all their lenses, their stills lenses, they can use them to shoot, and it's just made it affordable and viable for them to sort of work in that way. Now, if they've made the investment, if a filmmaker's made the investment, that technology will always advance and it will always move on. And for us as a hire company, where the items are so versatile, the lenses, the rigs, we can use it with other broadcast cameras, and we can always continue to invest if new products come along. With the individual filmmaker who's invested in their own camera, they may get obviously a bit disheartened with this constant development of technology, but that's why there are hire companies, and that's why there are owner operators, and it's it's individuals' decision whether the product is right for them and whether they get a lot of use out of it. If they're going to use it solidly for 6 months or a year, they've got their money's worth. They can't really grumble, but they should expect that a new product's going to come along. As technology always does, it advances, especially at the pro-consumer end of the market. It moves a lot quicker than broadcast. We've got broadcast formats that are 10, 15 years old that we still hire out. but they're super quality.